Present, I would like to explain the most important property in the CSS, that is nothing but the box model. So let me open this notepad, and here, so in this class I would like to explain box model. So box model is nothing but, so every element that can be displayed on the web page. So every element is to display on the web page. So for this, every element displayed on the web page is comprised of one or more rectangular boxes. So it will display in the rectangular boxes, and CSS box model is typically describes the how these rectangular boxes are laid on web pages. Laid means how we can place these rectangular boxes inside the web pages. This box model can have different properties. It can add for each and different ways. So how can you add this box model for your rectangular boxes means, for how can you add this box model for the content, like how can you add the box model for element. So here there are three ways of adding the box model. So one is a content area, another one is a padding and border, another one is margin margin areas, like this. So these three are available in this box model. One is a content area, another one is a padding border, and margin area. See, I just explained here. I'll explain this small structure. Go to this MS Paint. So here, so assume that the white space is nothing but web page. So in that I'll just place a small box, and I'll change the color. Take the text, just write here content. See, assume that this box is a content, and I'll take one more box. I'll take one more box. Now here, now I'll take one more box. So this box is nothing but border, and I'll take one more box. I take one more box. See here, so we can apply some borders. So here, and this is outer space is called margin. You know that. So here I'll place it. This is a width, and this one the whole thing. So this is nothing but height, and this is nothing but width here. And just type. So here, so you can write padding top. So inside also it is a padding. So here padding bottom. Now you know that this is a padding right. This is padding left. padding left. And this outer space is called nothing but for the outer space. I'll show here. So assume that this is outer space. I'll show example. Sorry. So assume that this is a outer space. So this thing we can call it as, you know, so here I'm taking this margin. Now look at this one. So box model is containing content area along with width and height, paddings, and this one. This orange box is there, right? Border. So I'll take the border here. So this is a border, and this one we can call it as a border right. Border right. Mm, this one we can call it as border bottom. So here I just write border bottom, and this one we can call it as border left, like this. See this content area having some width and height. So content area having some width and height. So the inner space is called nothing but the padding. So this content to border, this content to border. So we have a space is called, right, that is nothing but border here. That is nothing but border. So border, sorry. So content to border, we have a space is called, right, this nothing but a padding. So this padding, we know padding have the four sides: padding top, padding right, padding bottom, padding left. And this border to outer space is nothing but the margins. So margins also having margin top, margin right, margin bottom, margin left. And border, that border having the four sides: border top, border right, border bottom, border left. So these are the box model structure. I'll explain clearly here how it will take the structure here. Suppose, so you are giving the width. Suppose you are taking one div here, so you are giving the width there. So width 30 pixels, or figure a width equal to 200 pixels. So you listen carefully. So here a width I give the 200, and I'll give the border 5 pixels. Border 5 pixels, solid red and blue, whatever it is. And here I apply the padding 20 pixels. And here also I'll just explain. I'll just give margin 10 pixels, margin 10 pixels. Now, how do you calculate this original width of this div here? How do you calculate this original width here? How actually we can count the width here? So total width of this div is first first thing we need to do. So they given a width 200. They given a width 200. See, I take another text. So suppose here width they given 200 here, and border they give 5 pixels. So this one 5 pixels. Border they give 5 pixels, and padding 20 pixels. That means it will take the padding 20 pixels, padding 20 pixels, padding 20 pixels. It will take all the sides. It will take all the sides 20 pixels, and here also 20 pixels, and this one here also it will take the 20 pixels, 20 pixels here. Now, so it will take all the sides 20 pixels padding. So similarly, margin also same. So margin it will take 10 pixels. Margin it will take 10 pixels. So margin it will take 10 pixels on all the sides. Here also it will take the 10 pixels. Now here also it will take 10 pixels. Now look at this. So it will take 10 pixels margin all the sides. It will take 20 pixels padding all the sides. So it will take the border 5 pixels all the sides and width 200 pixels. Look at this one. So width will be calculated like this: width plus padding left, padding left, padding right plus border left, border right plus margin left, margin right here. So I'll show with this notepad. So how can you calculate this original total width? Total width here. Total width will be calculated like this: original width plus padding right, padding left, padding left, padding left plus border right, border left, border, border left, border right, border right plus border left and border right plus margin right and margin left, margin left plus margin right. Padding right, padding left, border right, margin left, margin right. So this is a calculation of actual width here. Let's go to this MS Paint. So width here 200. So total width is 200, 200, and padding right, padding left 20 plus 20 plus 5 plus 5 plus margin 10 plus 10. So it's equal to, so how much you get? 200, 50 to 50, 270. So 270 is 400, 500, yes, 270. So total width of the div is 270 pixels. So it shows that 270 pixels. It shows 270 pixels of actual width. And similarly, we can calculate the height also. So total height will be calculated like height plus padding, padding top, padding bottom, and border top, border bottom, border bottom, and margin top plus margin bottom, like this. So like this we can calculate at this box model, height and width. I'll show the example. Let me open this Visual Studio. So file, new window, now create a new program. Just increase the size. I just save the file with, go to this desktop, the CSS2, CSS box model, box.html, and save this one. Take a new, and here I'll take the div dot my div, and I just apply style, style my div, the my div. I just apply border 4 pixels or 10 pixels, solid red, and I just apply this padding 40 pixels. Give some space, and margin 10 pixels, and we just write width with 200 pixels, height 200 pixels. So padding just give to 20 pixels, and write this margin there. Now we can run this one on the browser. I click open in default browser. Look at this. See margin, I'll just increase here 40. Go to this one, delete this page. Now here we actually calculated like this. Go to this one, right click, go to this inspector. Look at this one here. Look at the box model here. See, this is nothing but 200 div, and it will gives padding 20 pixels, and the border it will give 10 pixels, and the margins it will give 40 pixels. See margins, see first thing margin, next thing border, padding, content, content, padding, border, margin, margin, border, padding, content. See, I'll take the content 200, that is nothing but a width 200. See here, width 200. Next, i'll take I'll take the padding 20. Now here, padding 20 pixels. Next, I'll take border 10 pixels. So this border will be 10 pixels. And here I take 40 pixels as a margin. Now 200 plus 20 plus 10 plus 40 along with 20, 10, 40. Either right side, either left side. We can mix together. The width of this div will come here. The actual total width of this div comes, we can calculate it like this. So height also same, 200 plus 20 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 40 plus 40. That is nothing but actual height of this div here, actual height of this div there. So like this we can calculate this box model in CSS. So that's about this box model. So we can write border box equal to box model equal to box sizing equal to border box. And I just remove this one here. That's about this box model. Let me go to this here. So this is we can calculate this height and width. So take a look at this one here. Width and height along with margins. I'm sorry. Margins and paddings and